皆さんお疲れ様です。このチャンネルでは漫画や映画を英語で紹介することで、飽きずに楽しく英語を勉強することを目的としています。英語を聞くことを毎日の習慣としてリスニング力を伸ばしましょう。それでは本日のリスニング学習スタートです。
Hello everyone. Welcome to the English Listening Studio. Today I'm going to introduce the famous movie, The Avengers. The Avengers is a 2012 superhero film produced by Marvel Studios and directed by Joss Whedon. It is based on the Marvel Comics superhero team of the same name. The film is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, which brings together several of Marvel's most famous superheroes in a single movie. The Avengers team consists of iconic characters like Iron Man, Tony Stark, Captain America, Steve Rogers, Thor, Hulk, Bruce Banner, Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, and Hawkeye, Clint Barton. The plot of the Avengers revolves around the formation of this team when Earth faces an alien invasion. Led by Nick Fury, the director of the peacekeeping organization S.H.I.E.L.D., these superheroes must come together to stop Loki, the mischievous god from Asgard, who plans to take over Earth. The Avengers was a monumental success, both critically and commercially. It marked a significant achievement for Marvel Studios, as it successfully brought together all the characters from their previous films, creating a shared universe that would continue to expand in the years to come. The film not only became a cultural phenomenon but also set new standards for superhero films. Plot overview. The story begins with Loki, the brother of Thor, arriving on Earth after stealing the powerful Tesseract, a mysterious object that holds immense energy. Loki plans to use the Tesseract to open a portal and bring an alien army called the Chitauri to invade Earth. Nick Fury, the head of S.H.I.E.L.D., realizes that only a team of powerful individuals can stop Loki and his plans. To do so, he begins recruiting a team of superheroes. Iron Man, Tony Stark, a genius billionaire and inventor who built an armored suit to save his life and fight evil. Captain America, Steve Rogers, a super soldier from World War II who was frozen in ice and revived in modern times. Thor, the Norse god of thunder, who wields the powerful hammer Mjolnir and comes from the realm of Asgard. Hulk, Bruce Banner, a scientist who, after a failed experiment, transforms into the giant and destructive Hulk whenever he gets angry. Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, a highly skilled spy and former assassin with expertise in hand-to-hand combat. Hawkeye, Clint Barton, an expert archer who is recruited to join the team. As the team comes together, they have their disagreements and struggles. Many of them have different personalities, backgrounds, and ways of working. However, they must put their differences aside to defeat Loki and his alien army. The Avengers ultimately battle against the Chitauri in a massive showdown in New York City, with each hero playing an important role in the fight. In the end, Loki is captured, and the Avengers are able to stop the invasion. However, the film hints at bigger challenges ahead, teasing future threats that will emerge in later films of the MCU. Key characters. Iron Man, Tony Stark, played by Robert Downey Jr. Tony Stark is a witty, arrogant, and wealthy inventor who created the Iron Man suit. While initially reluctant to join the team, Tony's intelligence and technological prowess make him a critical member of the Avengers. His sarcastic humor and dynamic interactions with other team members, especially Captain America, provide much of the film's lighter moments. Captain America, Steve Rogers, played by Chris Evans. Steve Rogers is the ultimate symbol of bravery and selflessness. He was a soldier during World War II but was frozen in ice and woke up decades later in the modern world. His old-fashioned sense of duty and honor often clashes with Tony Stark's more modern and self-centered perspective, but over time, the two learn to work together. Thor, played by Chris Hemsworth. Thor is the god of thunder and comes from the realm of Asgard. He is noble, powerful, and initially somewhat arrogant. Throughout the film, Thor grows as a character, learning humility and understanding the importance of teamwork. Hulk, Bruce Banner, played by Mark Ruffalo. Bruce Banner is a scientist who struggles with controlling the Hulk, a massive and uncontrollable green creature that appears when he gets angry. Banner is a quieter and more reserved character, but when the Hulk emerges, he becomes a key asset in battle due to his immense strength. Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, played by Scarlett Johansson. Natasha Romanoff, also known as Black Widow, is a highly skilled spy and assassin. Her tactical expertise and combat skills are vital to the Avengers' success. She is often portrayed as calm, intelligent, and strong, with a complex past. Hawkeye, Clint Barton, played by Jeremy Renner. Clint Barton, also known as Hawkeye, is a master archer with a sharp eye and incredible precision. Initially, Barton is under the control of Loki, but later joins the team, using his archery skills to assist in the battle. Themes in the Avengers. Teamwork and cooperation. The Avengers' primary theme is the importance of teamwork. Initially, the team members struggle to get along, as they all have different skills, personalities, and values. However, the film emphasizes that only by setting aside their differences and working together can they overcome the greater threat of Loki and the alien invasion. Identity and self-discovery. Many of the characters are on a journey of self-discovery. For example, Tony Stark learns to embrace responsibility and selflessness, while Steve Rogers must adjust to living in a modern world that is vastly different from the one he knew during World War II. The film explores how each character grows and finds their place within the team. Power and responsibility. A key theme in many superhero films, including The Avengers, is the idea that great power comes with great responsibility. Each of the Avengers must come to terms with their powers and how they can use them for the greater good. This is especially true for characters like Tony Stark and Bruce Banner, who struggle with the consequences of their abilities. Sacrifice. In order to save the world, the Avengers must make personal sacrifices. Whether it is fighting battles that risk their lives or leaving behind their own desires, the film illustrates how sacrifice is often necessary for the greater good. Humor and lightheartedness. While The Avengers deals with high-stakes action and serious threats, it also includes plenty of humor and lighter moments. Tony Stark's witty remarks, the tension between him and Captain America, and the playful moments between characters help keep the film entertaining and balance out the intensity of the action sequences. Impact and reception. The Avengers was a major milestone for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It marked the culmination of the previous Marvel films, such as Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, the First Avenger, and The Incredible Hulk, which introduced the individual heroes and set the stage for their team-up. The film was highly anticipated and became a global box office hit. Critically, the movie was praised for its character development, humor, and thrilling action sequences. The chemistry between the actors and their portrayal of the iconic superheroes was widely appreciated, with particular praise going to Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal of Tony Stark and the dynamic between him and Chris Evans' Captain America. The film's success helped establish the MCU as a dominant force in Hollywood, leading to a series of interconnected films that would become some of the highest-grossing films in history. The Avengers also inspired a new wave of superhero films and TV shows, cementing the genre's place as one of the most successful in modern cinema. It showed that a well-executed shared universe could captivate audiences and create lasting cultural phenomena. Conclusion. The Avengers is a landmark superhero film that not only brings together some of the most beloved characters in comic book history but also delivers a story about teamwork, sacrifice, and self-discovery. The movie's ability to blend humor, heart, and action made it a hit with audiences and critics alike. It set the stage for even greater superhero team-ups in the years to come and solidified the MCU as one of the most successful franchises in cinema history. Through its unforgettable characters, epic battles, and universal themes, The Avengers continues to resonate with audiences worldwide and remains a beloved classic in the superhero genre. Thank you for watching. Let's move to the next video. Hello everyone. Welcome to the English Listening Studio. Today I'm going to introduce the famous movie, The Eternal Zero. Introduction. The Eternal Zero, A Yen no Zero, is a Japanese war drama film directed by Takashi Yamazaki, released in 2013. The film is based on the best-selling novel, The Eternal Zero, by Naoki Hirkuta. It explores the life of a Japanese fighter pilot, Zero, portrayed by Junichi Okada, during World War II, particularly focusing on the events of the Pacific War and the infamous attacks on Pearl Harbor. He flew in a fighter jet, called the Type 0 carrier-based fighter. The film is set in two parallel timelines, one that takes place during the war, following the personal story of Zero, and the other set in the present day, where the protagonist's grandson, Kentaro Saeki, played by Haruma Miura, investigates the life of his grandfather, who was a legendary figure in Japan's military history. The story provides an emotional and dramatic look at the sacrifices made by soldiers, the values of honor and duty, and the personal costs of war. The Eternal Zero is notable for its portrayal of the Japanese perspective on World War II, presenting both the horrors and heroism associated with war, as well as examining the complexities of patriotism and sacrifice. Plot overview. The film begins in the present day, with Kentaro Saeki, a young man who is bar exam repeater, visiting the grave of his grandfather, whose name has become a symbol of great sacrifice in Japan. Kentaro's grandfather, Zero, was a renowned fighter pilot during World War II. While many in Japan idolize Zero for his heroic actions during the war, Kentaro wants to learn the truth about the man behind the legend. He embarks on a journey to uncover more about his grandfather's life. Kentaro's investigation leads him to uncover the memories of people who knew Zero, and through their stories, viewers learn more about Zero's life. The film flashes back to the time of World War II, where Zero is shown as a young, courageous, but somewhat unconventional fighter pilot. Zero's dedication to his country and his love for his fellow soldiers is contrasted with his reluctance to become a kamikaze pilot, a role that involved sacrificing one's life in suicidal missions to protect Japan. Zero's reluctance to die in such a manner is not born out of cowardice, but rather out of his deep love for life and his desire to protect those he loves. His personal struggles, sense of duty, and eventual decision to serve as a kamikaze pilot form the core of the film's emotional journey. The film's title, The Eternal Zero, refers to Zero's nickname, which was given to him by the media for his remarkable skills and bravery as a fighter pilot. The film contrasts Zero's heroic image with the grim realities of war and the personal costs that accompany the decisions made by soldiers. Through Kentaro's research, the film also touches on the pain and suffering experienced by the families of soldiers, as they must come to terms with the idea of loss and sacrifice. Kentaro learns that his grandfather's legacy is not just about his heroic deeds, but also about the complex moral and emotional battles he fought within himself. Key characters and their roles. 0. Huzo Miyabi. Played by Junichi Okada, Zero is the central character of the film. He is a highly skilled fighter pilot in the Imperial Japanese Navy during World War II. Zero is known for his courage, strong sense of duty, and unwavering patriotism, but he is also deeply conflicted about the concept of the kamikaze missions that were part of Japan's wartime strategy. Zero's journey is one of self-discovery, as he grapples with the personal cost of war and the question of whether the sacrifices demanded of him are justified. Kentaro Saeki, Kentaro, played by Haruma Miura, is the grandson of Zero. His quest to uncover the truth about his grandfather's life serves as the movie's framework. Kentaro's journey is not only about learning more about Zero, but also about understanding the broader implications of war and what it means to honor one's ancestors. His personal growth is key to understanding the film's deeper themes. The other soldiers, many other soldiers in Zero's unit, including those who served with him during the war, provide critical context for understanding the harsh realities of life as a Japanese soldier during World War II. Their stories of courage, fear, and sacrifice provide additional layers to the film's exploration of duty and patriotism. Themes in The Eternal Zero. Sacrifice and duty. One of the central themes of The Eternal Zero is the concept of sacrifice. The soldiers in the film are willing to give up everything for their country and loved ones. Zero's story reflects the tragic side of duty, as he is forced to face a moral dilemma between his love for life and his sense of duty to his country. The film explores the high cost of patriotism and the personal toll that war takes on soldiers. The impact of war. The film provides a poignant portrayal of the psychological and emotional scars left by war. It highlights not only the direct physical effects of battle, but also the internal struggles faced by soldiers. The depiction of Zero's journey demonstrates the trauma that many soldiers endure, questioning whether the sacrifices made during wartime are truly worth the cost. Legacy and memory. Through Kentaro's investigation into his grandfather's life, the film examines how history is remembered and passed down through generations. It highlights the idea of legacy and the complexities of remembering heroes. Kentaro's search for the truth about Zero shows how the stories of war are often shaped by those who live through them, and how these stories impact future generations. The dual nature of patriotism. The Eternal Zero explores the complexity of patriotism. While Zero is seen as a hero by his fellow countrymen, his internal conflict reveals the duality of patriotism, the devotion to one's country versus the desire to protect one's own life and loved ones. The film shows how these conflicting emotions can drive individuals to make difficult decisions in times of war. The humanity of soldiers. The film goes beyond the image of soldiers as mere warriors, portraying them as human beings with fears, dreams, and emotions. Zero's character, in particular, is shown as someone who values life and struggles with the idea of self-sacrifice. The film challenges the traditional heroic narrative, giving voice to the human side of soldiers caught in the turmoil of war. Critical reception. The Eternal Zero was well received by both audiences and critics in Japan. The film was praised for its emotional depth and the performances of the cast, particularly Junichi Okada's portrayal of Zero. The film's exploration of the human side of war and its portrayal of the emotional struggles of soldiers resonated with many viewers. While the film's depiction of war and patriotism may have been controversial for some, it was praised for sparking discussions about Japan's role in World War II and the legacy of wartime soldiers. The movie's combination of historical events with a deeply personal story made it a compelling and thought-provoking experience. Conclusion. The Eternal Zero is a deeply moving film that examines the personal and emotional costs of war. It tells the story of a soldier who grapples with duty, sacrifice, and the desire to protect his loved ones. Through the parallel timelines of Kintaro's investigation and Zero's wartime experiences, the film explores the themes of legacy, patriotism, and the humanity of soldiers. With its powerful performances, emotional depth, and exploration of difficult themes, The Eternal Zero stands as a poignant tribute to the sacrifices made by those who fought in World War II. Thank you for watching. Let's move to the next video. Hello everyone. Welcome to the English Listening Studio. Today I'm going to introduce the famous movie, The Harry Potter. The Harry Potter film series, a comprehensive overview. Introduction. The Harry Potter film series is one of the most successful and beloved movie franchises of all time. Based on the world-renowned book series by British author J.K. Rowling, the films take audiences on a magical journey through the life of a young wizard, Harry Potter, as he navigates a world filled with magic, danger, and dark forces. Spanning 8 films released between 2001 and 2011, the Harry Potter movies captivated audiences worldwide and became a cultural phenomenon that transcended generations. In this essay, we will explore the journey of the Harry Potter films, discussing their background, the adaptation process, the key characters, important themes, and the cultural and social impact they have had. We will also examine how the films contributed to the overall success of the Wizarding World franchise, including spin-offs and theme parks. The background, from books to films. Before delving into the films themselves, it's essential to understand the origins of Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling's first novel, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, released as Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in the United States, was published in 1997. It quickly became a global bestseller, attracting readers of all ages. The series follows Harry, an orphan boy who discovers on his 11th birthday that he is a wizard. He is introduced to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, where he begins his education in magic while uncovering the mysteries surrounding his parents' deaths and the Dark Wizard, Lord Voldemort. The book series was an immediate success, eventually spanning 7 novels. As the books gained popularity, the possibility of adapting them into films became a reality. Warner Brothers acquired the film rights in 1999, setting the stage for one of the most successful and ambitious film projects in cinematic history. The film adaptations. The Harry Potter films began with the release of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, 2001, directed by Chris Columbus. The film stayed relatively faithful to the first book, introducing audiences to the magical world of Hogwarts and the main characters. The casting of Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter, Rupert Grint as Ron Weasley, and Emma Watson as Hermione Granger proved to be perfect, as the trio's chemistry on screen became one of the most iconic aspects of the films. Over the years, the films evolved in tone and complexity, mirroring the darker and more mature themes of the later books. The transition from the whimsical and adventurous tone of the early films to the more serious and somber atmosphere of the later installments reflected the growth of the characters and the escalating conflict with Voldemort. Here's an overview of the Harry Potter films. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, 2001. Directed by Chris Columbus, this film introduces Harry Potter to the magical world. He befriends Ron and Hermione and confronts the mystery surrounding the Philosopher's Stone, a powerful magical object. The film sets up the primary conflict with Lord Voldemort and establishes the importance of friendship and loyalty. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, 2002. Directed by Chris Columbus, the second film sees Harry returning to Hogwarts and investigating a series of mysterious attacks on students. It introduces the sinister Chamber of Secrets, and Harry confronts a young version of Voldemort through a diary. The themes of bravery and the fight against prejudice come to the forefront. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, 2004. Directed by Alfonso Cuarón, this film marks a tonal shift as Harry learns more about his family's past and encounters new magical creatures. The story revolves around the escape of Sirius Black, who is believed to have betrayed Harry's parents. The film introduces time travel, new friendships, and explores themes of identity and loyalty. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, 2005. Directed by Mike Newell, this film is centered around the Triwizard Tournament, where Harry competes against other students in a series of dangerous tasks. It marks the beginning of Voldemort's return to full power, and the death of Cedric Diggory signifies the escalating danger. The film explores themes of courage, competition, and the complexity of war. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, 2007. Directed by David Yates, this film focuses on Harry's fight against the Ministry of Magic, which refuses to acknowledge the return of Voldemort. Harry forms Dumbledore's army to teach students defensive magic, and the battle at the Ministry of Magic becomes a crucial moment in the series. The themes of resistance, propaganda, and authority are explored. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, 2009. Directed by David Yates, this film delves deeper into Voldemort's past and explores the connection between Harry and his dark adversary. It also introduces the Horcruxes, objects containing pieces of Voldemort's soul. The death of Dumbledore marks a pivotal moment in the series, as the characters are forced to confront their mortality and the uncertainty of the future. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1, 2010. Directed by David Yates, the first part of the final installment follows Harry, Ron, and Hermione as they go on a quest to destroy Voldemort's Horcruxes. The film explores themes of sacrifice, loyalty, and the burden of responsibility. The tone is darker as the trio faces the realities of war. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 2, 2011. Directed by David Yates, this final film culminates in the Battle of Hogwarts, where Harry confronts Voldemort one last time. The film brings closure to the series' long-running themes of love, friendship, and the ultimate victory of good over evil. The final battle is an emotional and action-packed conclusion to the series. Key characters and their performances. The Harry Potter films are defined by their iconic characters, brought to life by an exceptional ensemble cast. The central trio of Harry, Ron, and Hermione form the emotional heart of the series, with Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson delivering consistently strong performances throughout the films. Each actor grew alongside their character, evolving as the story became more complex and dark. Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe. Daniel Radcliffe's portrayal of Harry Potter is arguably one of the most iconic in cinematic history. As the reluctant hero burdened with the weight of his destiny, Radcliffe captured Harry's vulnerability, determination, and moral integrity. Over the course of the series, Radcliffe's performance matured as the character faced more personal and external challenges. Hermione Granger, Emma Watson. Emma Watson's portrayal of Hermione Granger was widely praised for its intelligence, compassion, and strength. Hermione is a central figure in the series, providing the intellect and logic that often saves the day. Watson's performance was integral to making Hermione a role model for young viewers, particularly young women, throughout the series. Ron Weasley, Rupert Grint. Rupert Grint's portrayal of Ron Weasley balanced humor with deep emotional depth. As the loyal and often comedic best friend of Harry, Ron provides crucial support during Harry's most challenging moments. Grint's chemistry with Radcliffe and Watson helps solidify the trio's dynamic, making their friendship central to the film's success. Albus Dumbledore, Richard Harris, Michael Gambon. The role of Albus Dumbledore was originally played by Richard Harris in the first 2 films before his passing, after which Michael Gambon took over. Dumbledore is one of the most complex and wise characters in the series, and both Harris and Gambon brought their own unique interpretations of the role. Gambon, in particular, gave Dumbledore a more forceful and passionate edge in the later films. Lord Voldemort, Ralph Fiennes. Ralph Fiennes's portrayal of the Dark Wizard Lord Voldemort is chilling and unforgettable. Through his nuanced performance, Fiennes brought to life the character's evil and fear-driven motivations, creating one of the most memorable villains in cinematic history. Themes in the Harry Potter series. The Harry Potter films are not only about magic and fantasy, but also explore deep and universal themes. The series tackles issues such as friendship, loyalty, the battle between good and evil, the importance of choices, and the power of love. Friendship and loyalty. The bond between Harry, Ron, and Hermione is one of the central themes of the series. Their friendship is tested time and again, but it remains the foundation of their success. The films emphasize the value of trust and loyalty in the face of adversity. Good versus evil. The battle between Harry and Voldemort is a classic representation of good versus evil. However, the films delve deeper into the complexities of this struggle, showing that the fight is not always black and white. Characters such as Severus Snape and Draco Malfoy illustrate the shades of gray within the conflict. The power of love. One of the most enduring themes of the series is the power of love. Harry's survival against Voldemort's attacks is often attributed to the sacrificial love his mother, Lily Potter, gave him. Love is also central to the relationships between the characters, with love acting as both a motivating force and a protective power. The importance of choices. The Harry Potter series often highlights the importance of personal choices. Dumbledore's wisdom that it is our choices that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities, underscores the idea that individuals are defined by the choices they make, rather than their inherent traits or circumstances. Cultural and social impact. The Harry Potter films have had a profound impact on popular culture, education, and even the global economy. The series created an entire cultural movement that extended beyond the films themselves, with themes explored in fan fiction, theme parks, video games, and merchandise. The films also sparked a resurgence in fantasy film adaptations, influencing countless other franchises, such as The Hunger Games and Twilight. Fandom and fan culture. The Harry Potter fandom is one of the largest and most passionate in the world. Fans engage with the series through cosplay, fan fiction, and fan conventions, creating a lasting legacy for the franchise. The wizarding world has remained a hub of creativity and community, with fans continuing to celebrate the series through new forms of media. Theme parks and spin-offs. The success of the Harry Potter films led to the creation of Wizarding World theme parks at Universal Studios, where fans can experience the magic of the films firsthand. Additionally, the Fantastic Beasts film series, a prequel to Harry Potter, explores the wizarding world further and continues to build upon the legacy of the original films. Conclusion. The Harry Potter film series is much more than just a collection of movies based on popular books. It is a cultural phenomenon that has influenced generations of fans worldwide. Through compelling characters, unforgettable performances, and themes that resonate with audiences of all ages, the Harry Potter films have secured their place in cinematic history. As the series continues to inspire new generations of fans, its impact on popular culture, storytelling, and the world of fantasy cinema remains unparalleled. Thank you for watching. Let's move to the next video. Hello everyone. Welcome to the English Listening Studio. Today I'm going to introduce the famous movie Back to the Future. Introduction, the story and its impact. Back to the Future trilogy is one of the most popular movie series ever made. Directed by Robert Zemeckis and written by Zemeckis and Bob Gale, the films were released between 1985 and 1990. The trilogy is known for its exciting adventures in time travel, filled with funny moments, exciting action, and important lessons about life. The main story is about a teenager named Marty McFly, who goes on a wild ride through time with the help of his friend, a crazy scientist named Doc Brown. The movies explore what would happen if you could travel to different time periods, past, present, and future, and how even small changes in history can have big effects. The trilogy is more than just a fun set of films, it has also had a big impact on popular culture. Many of the characters, phrases, and ideas introduced in these films have stayed with audiences for decades. In this essay, we will look at the plot, characters, themes, and why these films are still loved by many people today. The making of Back to the Future. Before it became a hit, Back to the Future was just an idea. Bob Gale, the writer, had a simple thought. What if I could go back and meet my parents when they were my age? This idea led him to write the first version of the script. After it was finished, Gale and Robert Zemeckis, the director, began working together to make the film. Their goal was to create a fun movie that combined science fiction with real-world ideas about family and relationships. The movie would not have been the same without the choice of actors. Michael J. Fox was chosen to play Marty McFly, and he became very popular after the film was released. Fox was great at making people laugh and showed the audience how a normal teenager might react to crazy time travel situations. At first, another actor, Eric Stoltz, was cast as Marty, but they decided to replace him because he didn't fit the funny, energetic personality they needed. Michael J. Fox was perfect for the role, and his performance became iconic. Christopher Lloyd was chosen to play Doc Brown, a genius inventor who creates the time machine. Lloyd's performance was full of energy, and he made Doc Brown one of the most unforgettable characters in film history. The chemistry between Fox and Lloyd, as Marty and Doc, helped make the film even more enjoyable. Together, they created a unique duo that audiences could relate to and care about. Plot breakdown, a fun ride through time. 1. Back to the Future, 1985. The first movie in the trilogy introduces Marty McFly, a typical teenager in 1985. He has a cool life, he has a girlfriend, friends, and a love for rock and roll. However, Marty's life changes when he gets involved with Dr. Emmett Brown, or Doc, a quirky scientist who has invented a time machine. The time machine is built inside a DeLorean car, and it uses a special device, called the flux capacitor, to travel through time. One night, Marty accidentally travels back in time to 1955, using the time machine. In 1955, he meets his younger parents, George and Lorraine, and accidentally disrupts their first meeting. If he doesn't fix the situation, he might never be born. Marty needs to find a way to make sure his parents fall in love, so he can return to the future. Marty gets help from the younger Doc Brown, who is shocked to see a future version of himself. Together, they try to repair the timeline and fix history. The movie is a fun and exciting adventure, and it also teaches us about the importance of the choices we make in life. Even the smallest decisions can change the future. 2. Back to the Future Part 2, 1989. In the second movie, Marty and Doc travel to the future, the year 2015, to stop a disaster from happening. Marty's future son is about to get in trouble, so they go to prevent it. However, while in 2015, Biff Tannen, the villain from the first movie, steals a sports almanac, a book that has all the sports scores from the past, and uses it to get rich and powerful. By going back to 1955 with the almanac, Biff changes the timeline and creates a terrible future where he controls everything. To fix the timeline, Marty and Doc have to go back to 1955 and make sure Biff doesn't use the almanac. This leads to another series of exciting moments, including racing against time and avoiding past versions of themselves. The second movie is full of twists and turns, showing the consequences of messing with history. One of the most memorable parts of the movie is the way it shows the future in 2015. There are flying cars, hoverboards, and self-lacing shoes, all of which fascinated audiences at the time. Even though many of the technologies shown in the movie haven't been invented yet, some have inspired real-life inventions, like the hoverboard. 3. Back to the Future Part 3, 1990. The third movie in the series takes Marty and Doc to the Old West in 1885. Doc Brown has been accidentally sent back to the 19th century, and Marty discovers that he's about to be killed by a dangerous outlaw named Buford Mad Dog Tannen, who is Biff's great-grandfather. Marty decides to travel to the past to save Doc, but things get complicated when Doc falls in love with a woman named Clara. In the Old West, Marty and Doc must work together to escape danger and find a way to return to 1985. The movie uses many Western movie tropes, like horseback riding, duels, and saloons, but still stays true to the time travel theme. The film also focuses on the idea of destiny and how we can choose to change our futures. The ending of the trilogy is heartwarming, as Marty and Doc realize that while time travel can change things, it's the relationships we have and the choices we make that truly shape our lives. Themes: what the movies teach us. The Back to the Future movies are not just fun adventures, they also teach us important lessons about life. Here are some of the key themes in the trilogy. The power of choice. The films show us how even small decisions can change the future. In the first movie, Marty's actions in the past could cause him to disappear from existence. This shows us that our choices matter and can affect not just our lives, but the lives of others. Fate and free will. The idea of fate, whether we're destined for something or if we can change our future, is explored throughout the trilogy. In the second movie, the characters deal with the idea of alternate timelines, showing that changing the past can lead to a completely different future. The films suggest that while we might be influenced by fate, we also have the power to make our own choices. Family and friendship. Throughout the trilogy, Marty's relationships with his family and Doc are central to the plot. The films show us that we are shaped by the people we love and that working together with friends can help us overcome challenges. Doc, in particular, is a father figure to Marty, even though they come from very different backgrounds. Responsibility: the characters must take responsibility for their actions. Whether it's Marty fixing the problems he caused in the past, or Doc understanding the dangers of time travel, the films emphasize that we must be careful about the consequences of our actions. Cultural impact: why Back to the Future endures. Back to the Future became a huge success when it was first released, and its popularity has only grown over the years. The movies have influenced many other films, TV shows, and books about time travel. The iconic DeLorean, with its shiny silver body and gull-wing doors, has become a symbol of the trilogy. Catchphrases like "Great Scott!" Doc's favorite exclamation, and "Where we're going, we don't need roads," said by Doc at the end of the first movie, are still remembered and quoted by fans. The films have been parodied and referenced in many other movies and TV shows, cementing their place in pop culture. The trilogy also predicted some of the technologies we have today, like video calls and self-tying shoes. While we don't yet have flying cars or hoverboards, the films have inspired inventors to think about the future in creative ways. Conclusion: why we still love Back to the Future. The Back to the Future trilogy is more than just a series of entertaining movies about time travel. It's a story about family, friendship, making choices, and understanding the impact those choices have on our future. The movies have left a lasting mark on pop culture, inspiring generations of fans and creators alike. Whether it's the unforgettable characters, the exciting adventures, or the timeless themes, Back to the Future will continue to be enjoyed by people of all ages for many years to come. It shows us that while the future may be uncertain, the choices we make today shape the world of tomorrow. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. When you listen to English, it's important to imagine what the story is about.